Hey folks, Elimar Collins and Bob here, and today we are here in Bonavista. Come along, we hope you enjoy.
But we're restored right now to the 1870s. And Jeremiah White, our first lightkeeper, he lived here with his whole family. But his son Nicholas was his assistant. And every lightkeeper had an assistant, and it was usually one of their sons, because the job got passed generation to generation usually. So as you go through the lighthouse, you're going to see the round curved wall. This is the tower itself. It's solid, it's local stone and brick. But on this side, you can see they constructed a fireplace. And this is how the ladies would have cooked it in the beginning, 1843. But then by 1870s, the government gave them the coal burning stove. I always say a little upgrade for the ladies, a little easier. So the most important thing here in the kitchen is in this little cupboard here on the floor. Inside that cupboard, that is a 200-pound counterweight. And that counterweight is what's connected to our light mechanism upstairs with ropes and pulleys. So every evening at sunset, the lightkeeper would have to go up and he would start cranking, just winding, bringing that counterweight right to the top. Once you get up there, 10 to 15 minutes it would take him. He would spin a flywheel, that sets the gears in motion, and the light starts rotating. And you'll get to see our light upstairs. It's quite special. It's 207 years old. And the only one left like this in North America that's fully assembled. So if you look at the next room over, this is the parlor. And this room was a room that wasn't used very often. That room was just usually for special occasions, maybe Christmas time or a wedding or special guests arriving. So they spent most of the time here, dinner or such time. Yes, exactly. And that door was usually closed because they would keep this room the warmest.
Well, it's definitely warm in here.
Oh, today it's really warm.
She was complaining it was too cold outside. She comes in here, I said, you're warmed up now.
Well, when I grew up, we had a stove similar to that one, but the home was on top.
On top?
It was on top of that little home.
Oh, with the cast iron?
Cast iron, something like that, and the oven was with that. And I remember one of those.
That's good. I'm familiar.
Basically, this is the actual main part of the stone tower, the actual construction of the lighthouse itself, and this is where they would have stored their perishables because it was always cooler than if you left it out, you know, just laying around, right? It would last a lot longer in this little cupboard, almost like an early refrigerator, right? And just right here, this room was called the summer kitchen. So basically, the purpose of the summer kitchen was to basically prep your meals in here instead of you know, doing it in the kitchen, because in the summertime it would get really hot, especially with the coal stove going, because it was constantly going because you're always cooking and you're heating up your home and that. So they would come back here and prep their meals in a much cooler area to then bring out there in the main kitchen to cook them afterwards. And it was also used as a general storage area as well. You see they got the canisters and the barrels for molasses, sugar, flour, and those sorts of things.
Started up in 1870, allowing Nicholas and his wife Anne and the baby to occupy this particular room. And you see a couple of examples there of types of fancy garments that may have been worn by lightkeepers and their families. They might go to social occasions in the town of Bonavista. One of the perks of being a lightkeeper here is that you have an opportunity to socialize, whereas many lightkeepers live a life of solitude. But the perk of a job like lightkeeper is that while you were technically in the middle class, you're always welcome socially amongst the upper class. You kind of skip the class and the structure here.
I want to make sure their boats come back.
Well, yeah, and the working class fishermen would like and respect the lightkeeper because he kept them safe.
Yeah, exactly.
This room was the flag room, essentially the office space of the lightkeeper. Two main tasks that would take place in here would be record keeping and storage of the flags in the code book. Record keeping involved all the details of the work in daily logs, which would eventually be submitted as reports to a supervisor. Included also a record of observation of weather conditions every 2 hours during the daytime. The flags have a code book with them so they can be more efficiently used to send messages to passing ships. Those messages were flown on a flagpole on the water side of the building and read top to bottom. Each flag that you see there is a different colored pattern representing a number or a letter. The code book efficiently combines them into patterns that would indicate much longer meanings. You could have an entire paragraph represented by a 2 or 3 character code. As this was occupied by Nicholas's 2 sons and his daughter in 1870. You see a couple of examples in there of toys from that era. Out here in this larger space, many different things were done over the years. The ladies would take advantage of the large space to do craft work like quilting, traditional rug hooking, as per the example in the corner, and other types of crafting. The children would have been homeschooled in the early years of this lighthouse, so they would have done their lessons in this room. And it was also an indoor play space when the weather outside prevented outdoor play. Yeah. My grandfather did it too, he taught me a little bit.
As long as you hold on, you're good.
Sure.